I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Those are words that I haven't said probably in about 2 decades or more. When I was a teenager, I made the decision that I was not going to recite the Pledge of Allegiance anymore. I would still stand for the flag, and I still do to this day. I stand for the flag, I stand for the national anthem, I salute the flag, put my hand over my heart, whatever, but I don't say the Pledge of Allegiance. Now, there was another topic that I was going to do today, but I saw this on my newsfeed this morning, and so I decided to do this topic instead. I saw a news article about a kid in Chicago who refused to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and he was told he had no choice, that you will stand or else, and he refused to stand. They brought his mom in. He said he wasn't going to stand because America sucks, and that he's a black kid, and he said that America doesn't respect black people, and until we stop killing them, he's not going to stand. The mother was brought in. She talked to the principal. She had thought that, and her son had thought that the entire situation was smoothed over, and that, you know, she said that she apologized for her son's disrespectful tone that he got apparently with the teacher, but she would not apologize for his decision not to stand. And then the kid goes back to school after the weekend, again refuses to stand, and was physically pulled to his feet by the teacher. I've got severe problems with this, folks. Now, reading through the comments on the Facebook post, folks, we've lost our damn minds, okay? It's not okay. You have a constitutionally protected right not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, not to say it, and no teacher has a right to put their hands on you or forcefully compel you to do something that you don't want to do. And it doesn't matter what your reasons are for not wanting to do it. It doesn't matter that you agree with this kid's reasoning for not saying it. It doesn't matter. He has the right not to. And the state should not be able to compel anybody to do it. It's wrong, okay? As conservatives, we believe that the Second Amendment exists not for hunting, not for target shooting, but to protect ourselves in the event that the government turns tyrannical. You cannot say the Second Amendment exists just in case the government turns tyrannical and then turn around and pledge undying allegiance to the flag that represents that country that you are fully expecting to possibly one day have to take up arms against to protect your constitutional rights. You can't do that. That is called hypocrisy. And that is why I stopped saying the Pledge of Allegiance when I was about 16 or 17. Because I realized that one day, there might be an administration that turns tyrannical in the United States. My government may no longer represent the values that for today that flag stands for. Do you honestly think that if you have to take up arms against the government, that is still going to be your flag? No, that's going to be the flag you're fighting against. That's going to be their flag. So I don't say the Pledge of Allegiance, because I will pledge my allegiance, and I have. I took an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And I will uphold that oath until my last breath. However, the flag is not the Constitution. Right now, today, it represents the ideals found in the Constitution. But what about tomorrow? What happens when that flag no longer represents those ideals? I will not pledge my allegiance to a symbol. I will absolutely pledge my allegiance to the ideals behind that symbol. And I do. I pledge my allegiance to the Constitution. I pledge my allegiance to freedom and liberty. And that includes the freedom for people to do things that I don't agree with. You know, you hear this all the time. Republicans will say, conservatives will say, well, the First Amendment is there to protect disrespectful and unpopular speech. That's true. That's absolutely true. But it also exists to protect unpopular opinions. It exists to protect unpopular beliefs. It exists so that you don't have to stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance if you don't want to. You don't have to put your hand over your heart. You don't have to give any kind of respect to that flag or this government that you don't want to. That's the beauty of this government. This is one of the few governments in the world that you can tell to go fuck themselves and they can't do anything to you about it. Do you really want that to change? Do you really want that to change? I don't. I want to be able to tell the government to go fuck themselves on a regular basis because you know what? 9 times out of 10, they need to be told it. You know, all the comments under this article of people saying, you know, if you don't like it, leave. If you don't respect it, leave. You know what? If you don't like the First Amendment, leave. If you don't like the Constitution, leave. If you don't like the fact that there are people who don't agree with you, who still get to have their constitutional rights, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. There are so many great things about the United States of America, and a piece of red, white, and blue fabric isn't one of them. The flag represents everything that's great about this country, but it might not always. It might one day represent everything that's bad about this country. Do you really want to pledge your undying and blind allegiance to a symbol that you may agree with today and you may not tomorrow? I don't. And that's why I don't say the Pledge of Allegiance. I stand for the flag, I salute the flag, because none of those things require me to make a promise that I don't know if I can keep. I hope I will forever be able to keep that promise. I hope that the United States of America will always be the land of the free, but how free can it be if you're not free to opt out? All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Just some thoughts on why I don't say the Pledge of Allegiance. Be sure to leave your hate comments down below. Thanks for listening and have a nice day.